Hello Kitty Island Adventure takes place on a resort island, and part of that resort are unique visitor cabins to each of the various areas. You're able to decorate these visitor cabins and have visitors come periodically to visit the island and even move in permanently. However, the way this works isn't entirely straightforward, so let's take a look at some aspects of the visitor cabins and some tips for decorating them. First off, you've probably noticed that the visitor cabins look different in each of the areas of the island. You'll also find that they cost a different amount of strawberry crates to repair depending on where they are. The cabins in areas further away from the main resort end up costing more and more strawberry crates to repair. Now currently, we have a limited number of strawberry crates in the game, and it's not enough to unlock very many cabins. And the only way to get more, since they don't respawn, is through occasional daily rewards. So you need to be strategic about the cabins that you're unlocking. Part of this means paying attention to the visitors' requirements and if they're asking to be placed in a particular area. But also, once you level up My Melody, one of her abilities actually gives you a 1 strawberry crate discount on repairing the cabins. Now I really wish that this was a percentage discount so that we could save way more strawberry crates and unlock even more cabins. But even that 1 strawberry crate per cabin will add up and be very helpful. I know I wish I had been bothering to bring her with me earlier on, but I didn't realize how limited we were in the crates. Now that we're adding in visitors with each update, it looks like we're gonna have to be even more careful about the cabins that we're unlocking, especially since now visitors can stay on the island permanently. So it's important that when we set up their cabin, we've set them up in a place where we'd like them to stay long term. Now it is really easy to get them to leave again, and you can always say no to them staying, but it seems to make sense that if you're getting close to that 4 stars, you start to think about where should their permanent cabin be, and make sure that you've set up their requirements in that place before they hit 5 stars. In order to get visitors to come in the first place, you're going to have to fulfill their requirements by decorating the different cabins. And to decorate the cabins, you're going to need, in most cases, furniture. There are 5 main ways to collect furniture in the game. The first way, buying furniture, is the first one that's introduced to you by My Melody on that day 1 quest where she has you repair and then decorate your first cabin. It gets a little bit confusing because the game tells you to buy the furniture at the gift shop. My Melody's shop is actually called the gift shop in game, which gets more confusing because gifting is such a major mechanic in the game, and yet the shop does not sell anything giftable. It only sells furniture items. In order to buy those, you go up to the counter just like you would in any of the other shops, wait for that exchange icon to come up, click it, and then you can exchange many of your materials for the items that she has on rotation that day. So you'll want to check each day because she'll get in different stock that'll rotate. This is also the place where you'll be shopping for aquariums, terrariums, and mannequins. In addition to some furniture that I think I've only found in her shop, and she seems to have duplicates of items that I have already found around the island. In addition to My Melody shop, you can also buy furniture items at specialty shops such as the Summer's End event storefront and the Stardust store on Cloud Island. Now keep in mind that we have currently at least 1 visitor who does require an event piece of furniture, so you may want to pay attention to when we have those events so that you don't miss out on villagers who require those unique items. And if you are shopping for furniture and you have Tuxedo Sam leveled up so he has the negotiator ability, don't forget to bring him with you as your companion, since he has a 1 in 4 chance of getting you an additional item when you're shopping. And this works not just at My Melody shop, but at those specialty shops as well, including the event shop. In addition to buying furniture at the shops, you can also find it around the island in chests. Sometimes these are out in the open, sometimes they're in caves or in puzzle rooms. So make sure you're opening every chest that you find. You can also earn furniture through friendship or collections achievements. If you scroll through the different friendship levels in the Friends app on your phone, you can see which villagers will give you which furniture items at various levels. There's also some furniture that you can only get by crafting it yourself, so you'll need to unlock the crafting plans first, and then you'll be able to craft it. And the crafting plan lands could come from around the island or through achievements. Furniture can also be obtained through other in-game mechanics such as the fishing fountain. If you don't know what I mean, look for a quest with Hanging On by the same name that is fishing with a W in it. While there is a ton of furniture and other items that we can place in the cabins, currently we cannot change the wallpaper or the flooring. So the wallpaper and the flooring will just be whatever's in the cabin when you first enter it, and it does change by area, just like the exterior of the cabins change. But who knows, maybe this is a feature that we'll see in a future update. Speaking of updates, I was almost done with this video and then they dropped information about update 1.2, and in 1.2, decorating is going to change. So as of the 1.2 update at the end of September, we will finally be able to change up the look and feel of cabins with new wallpaper and flooring customization. So right now, you cannot change those things, but in the future, in update 1.2, we will be able to change those things. And we'll be able to have our own cabin on our island and on a friend's, and we'll be able to watch our friends decorate their cabins in multiplayer mode. We don't have details on that yet, but when we do, that'll be another video, and I'm sure we'll explore it on stream. Now, furniture is not the only thing you may end up needing to put in a visitor cabin. Many of the visitors request food items that you baked or made in the pizza oven or the soda machine, and those you can find by their various little icons that are next to the item request. So baked goods tend to have this baked piece of bread next to them. Soda is a bunch of bubbles. The pizza one, well, it looks like a slice of pizza. And while you can place these items the same way as you can any of the furniture, you know, where you walk into the house, you click on the decorating mode icon in the bottom right, and then you open your inventory by clicking that icon in the bottom right, and then you can place your items out. You'll notice that the food items only go on the ground. You can't seem to place them on the tables. And so if you're like me, you may have that one house that kind of looks like you're having a pizza party on the floor. So if you don't want that, if you want to be able to place things on tables, what you need to do is use that furniture mode, that decorating mode, put down your table, and then go back into game mode. Once you're in game mode, you can walk up to the table and you'll get a little interaction icon. Once you click on that, you'll be able to select from your inventory one item to put on the table. You may need to tab through your various sections of your inventory to find the food items that you're looking for, and then you'll be able to place one food item on the table. Currently, we can only place one. Hopefully in a future update, we'll have an easy way to place multiple items on a table, and that's how you can put the food or drink actually on a table instead of on the floor if you want to. But this is also how you can put any of those other items in your inventory on a table. So this also works for critters. Any of the land or flying critters can also be placed on or above a table, but they can actually also be placed on the ground in furniture mode. And so if you do place a critter in your house, if you've seen any of my videos, I have a dedicated critter house. You can place them in furniture mode. They will act as furniture, but they have cute little idle animations that they'll do, and they'll stay in one place. So it's not like you have the critters running all over the place. They just stay in their one place with their little idle animation. And that's not the only way that you can place critters. So you can place them on the tables on the floor, but you can also place all of the land and flying critters in a terrarium. In order to do that, you have to place the terrarium in furniture mode, just like you would any other piece of furniture, and then walk up to it, interact with it, and you'll be able to select one critter from your inventory to put into the terrarium. Now, this doesn't work for the fish or the underwater critters. For those, you're going to need an aquarium. So you place the aquarium just like you do any other piece of furniture, and again, you walk up to it, interact with it, and you can place a single fish or underwater critter in the tank. We do have at least one villager who has requested a fish in an aquarium. I'd be careful with that one and actually make sure you're putting a fish and not an underwater critter, just in case it doesn't meet the requirements. Now, there's one other piece of furniture that works in a similar way, and that is the mannequin. So many of our more recent visitor requests have requested displaying clothing in the visitor cabin, and the mannequin is the way that you do this. I have a whole separate video just about this, but you place the mannequin in your house just just like you would any other piece of furniture, walk up to it, interact, and you can place a single piece of clothing on the mannequin. So you can't put an entire outfit. These will look just like the ones in Tuxedo Sam's shop, but remember, you buy these from My Melody when they rotate randomly into your store. So you'll probably want to have a lot of sand dollars saved up to buy them. Now, 2 other items have interactive features to them, but they're a little bit different. So one is placing a mirror. So if you place a mirror in a visitor cabin, you'll be able to interact with it just like the mirrors in any of the shops where you can change the look of your avatar. The other is a bed. And so if you've ever wished that you could change the time of day in game, maybe because a quest said you have to wait until nighttime or until the morning, or you're trying to catch that last critter or fish and they only spawn at a certain time of day, place a bed in a visitor cabin and then go up to the bed and interact with it. It'll allow you to take a nap until a particular time of day. So this is a way that you can actually set the in-game time to whatever it is that you need. Now, the main part decorating the visitor cabins is to meet the visitor requirements. You can find these under the visitor app in your phone, and if you check your phone while you're standing inside a visitor cabin, it'll check off the requirements that the game thinks that you have met for that cabin. Now, while this seems fairly straightforward, every now and then the game seems to give us some icons that aren't really familiar. I'd say maybe the Hello Kitty furniture set. It's a little chair, it's got the Hello Kitty bow. You're pretty sure you know what that one is, right? What about some of the other ones? If you don't want me to tell you what these are, you can skip this part of the video, but I know a lot of us got stuck on these, so I thought it might be helpful just to mention what they actually are. So this first one looks like a chair with kind of a citrus wedge, or maybe it's a wheel for the top part, and we really weren't sure what this was when it first came out. Well, this is the icon for the Yummy set of furniture. These are 13, yes, 13 craftable furniture items that you'll have to find the plans for and craft. I'll leave it at that. This next one looks very similar to one of the character icons, but this is actually the icon for the Summer's End event furniture set. And so this is exclusive furniture that just comes from this event. And so you can think of this one kind of like a little sun on the top of the chair. So to complete this requirement, you're gonna need that furniture from the Summer's End event. And then this icon, it looks like a chair with maybe a net over it or maybe fish scales. This is that fishing furniture that I mentioned. If you don't know what the fishing furniture is, look for that quest with Hangudon. It'll say fishing on it, and that will give you a way to obtain this furniture. So once you have a cabin set up for the requirements that a visitor has listed in the app, there is a chance that that visitor may come to the island. And when they do visit, there's a chance that they may give you a quest that you'll find on the bulletin board or in your daily quests. Once you complete that quest and go and talk to them, they'll give you a small gift, and that will increase your star rating with that visitor. After you get a 5-star rating with a visitor, they will ask if they can stay in their cabin permanently. You have the ability to tell them yes or no, and even if you tell them yes, you can kick them out at a later date. Once they are a permanent resident on the island, you can talk to them once each day to get that same small gift, but we currently don't know if they will be adding additional functionality to these permanent visitors. And it does look like we can continue to edit their cabin even after they've moved in. I haven't tried to take out all of their furniture and see if anything happens, but if you find that maybe you gave Dear Daniel a critical piece of furniture for a different cabin, you should have no problem going in and taking it out of there even if he's already moved in. Now, that visitor app is also where you can see your star level with each visitor. Remember, when it gets to 5 stars, that's when they ask to move in permanently. So if you notice anybody's at that 4-star mark, make sure you move all of their requirements to a cabin where you might want them to stay long term. You can also see an icon next to the visitors to tell you whether or not they're on your island that day. And once you have seen a visitor at least once, their picture will show up here. So this information is current as of 1.1.2, but as we know, this game gets frequent updates and hot fixes, so any of it could still change, and I imagine we'll see even more features added in the future. Is there anything you hope they add to decorating visitor cabins in the future? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe for more Hello Kitty Island adventure content and turn on notifications to find out the next time we go live. Hope to see you there.